guys, welcome back to the Dakota Southeastern Railroad.
Just taking a video, but what are your plans here?
Commenter on the video where I did the train show overview.
If you don't mind, you can get by here and all.
Trains, and I wanted to go into a little bit of detail on that for you guys. So here's the stuff that I got.
So Aletta's going to introduce you to her new member from the train show yesterday.
This is Dur, and he's from Ely, Nevada, and he was kind of fostered on a railroad, so they took care of him, and he was pretty much one of their pets that they had at the railroad station. And I'm told he's a distant relative of Chessie, the railroad kid. So in case anybody wanted a closer look at any of this stuff, here's the Burlington Northern binder for $1. The system map, as of, I don't know what year that was, that had to be pretty early, because this doesn't even include any of the Colorado Southern system stuff. So this is probably pre-1980, I would imagine. So your CB&Q, your NP and Great Northern lines across the northern tier, and basically nothing else. So this is definitely old school. Pretty cool. Then the per diem boxcar. This is a Roundhouse MDC model again. And I did notice it's missing a stirrup, or part of a stirrup's broken. We'll just replace that with some kind of a wire or something or the other when we get a chance. And probably some weathering, and I guess steel wheels on here. This one did come with the factory plastic wheels, so we'll get rid of those and swap those out. Then the heat shrink tubing. Again, I have a lighting project to do with those. And let's see here, the DH140 decoder, the Soundtraxx DH140 decoder. I've actually never owned one of these before, but it shouldn't be any different installation than any other decoder that we use here on the railroad. The KD couplers, again, I plan to use these on Athearn hopper cars. I've got a fleet of those. I'll probably show you those in another video. I've got some actually private label cars that I'm working on, freelance cars that I hope to show you, and I actually planning to send a couple of those out to the South Dakota Railroad Museum. I introduced Rick Mills to the idea here this train show weekend, and he was enthusiastic to taking I guess a permanent loan, and so you'll maybe be seeing those at some point out in the Railroad Museum in Hill City. So 27, 2 packages of 27 and a package of 147s. These are underset couplers, so these work well on those Athearn cars. And the 27s have the bronze phosphor centering spring, and I like the 147s actually better when I can get them, because they're that whisker centering spring, and there's less to futz around with on those. But they both work interchangeably. Either way is just as well. And then finally, from Spring Creek Trains, the Soundtraxx PTB-100, and this is that programming track booster that I'm going to use between the DCS 100 and the programming track, with the aid of the PR3 for the programming from the NMRA interface on the Windows PC. And then what else do we have? And yes, Dirt the Cat. Here's Dirt the Cat. And just want to put a plug in for the train show in Deschler, Nebraska. This came, Dave and Deb are giving this in every bag that they people buy from them, and the shopping bag that they give. July 8th and 9th, 2023, there's going to be vendors and manufacturers on hand for that. I've never been. I've never actually been in Dave and Deb's store, but I'd like to be someday. It'd be fun stop if I ever get that way in Nebraska. That's not too far from us. It's a reasonable drive. Would like to stop in there sometime. Certainly consider this train show. I hear it's a really good time. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and thank you for watching. One thing I did forget to mention that I bought yesterday from the train show was from a wildlife photographer friend of mine, John Gallstead, who's actually a train guy too. He exhibits or sells quite a bit of stuff at train shows, but he's gotten recently into wildlife photography, and his talent is really starting to show. He's doing some quality work, and I picked up a ringneck pheasant print from him. It's not matted or framed or anything, and that's the way he's doing things right now, because he kind of he's doing very good quality work, but he doesn't want to assume how people want to do the matting and the framing and everything, because everybody has their own ideas about how they want to do that, of course. So he's letting people use their imagination, but he's used his imagination certainly, and is doing a fine job at doing some wildlife photography. He has various species besides the ringneck pheasant. He's got ducks, he's got coyote pups. Many of you that are USD graduates might like that. I told him those would go hotcakes at any opening day or any home game with the where the coyotes play. And he's got, I noticed he has a couple of shots of lynx, bald eagles, things like that. So if anybody's interested in that, I can get you in touch with John. I know he's not looking to go super nuts on that stuff right now, but he is doing a super job of getting wildlife photography done. If you take a look at that previous video, you'll see that pheasant print that we bought from him. And the other thing I wanted to mention is the big thank you to the volunteers at the Dakota Southeastern Division of the NMRA that made this show possible this weekend. I would say that the show was unabated success, and they really did a good job. The attendance was amazing on Saturday. We weren't able to make it on Sunday. There was other things going on that we needed to attend to, but it was a super show. It was a lot of fun, well attended, well organized, and we always look forward to the spring train show from the DSED.